Hey Jack, thanks for being here today. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
I just wanted to start by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey as an artist so far.
My journey, okay. Well, I'm a musician. I'm like a singer-songwriter kind of dude. Graduated from white man with acoustic guitar to white man with electric guitar, which is a good graduation, I think. I think where a lot of my music comes from is it's just quite a lot of kind of anxiety. It's very anxiety driven. Like it tends to come from pretty negative emotions, and I don't know. It's just something about kind of just writing something and kind of screaming about it that gets it out a lot better than any sort of word would. I say that dread is probably the most common emotion that kind of gets thrown out from it. But yeah, that's where it's kind of charged from, and like now it's moving away from trying to be something like a band like Radiohead, something like Jeff Buckley, kind of moving away from trying to write like my heroes and being more of a just purely expressive kind of thing. I guess it's the classic trope of like the tortured artist or whatever, where it's like, oh, I write because I'm so sad. You know, it's that sort of thing. Like, there's less of a need to impress with it and more of a need to just get it out and like actually write something that is meaningful to me, not like completely disregarding what other people think.
What do you think the role, the function of the artist, if they have any, is in today's music industries, commercial music industries?
Yeah, I feel like with commercial stuff, the role of the artist is incredibly like. I feel like it's been really limited recently in terms of what it kind of does for people. Yeah, I just feel like the role of the artist is so much less important now, and it almost acts as just more content for people to dive into and for people to kind of entertain themselves with. And it just feels very pointless, I suppose. Apart from, of course, those artists that represent underrepresented groups of people and really help them come together and stuff. Because you have artists which will be like representing stuff like LGBTQ plus stuff, which they'll kind of be cornerstones for anyone struggling with that sort of issue to go to and really help them understand themselves and really help them find this community that is just like them and will support them. Of course, as someone who isn't part of those communities that follow those artists, I don't really understand it properly. There is a lot of value in being part of a community of like-minded people because it will, it makes you feel kind of like heard and feel good. But yeah, but I think in like the 60s and stuff, music was so much more revolutionary, like in terms of how much it really kind of drove political change and change within people. I think that the pop artist now is pretty far removed from that. But I think that's just generally a product of how we live now, where like so many more people are more introspective and so many more people have so much kind of shit going on that like why should they care about what's going on in the wider world? Like, and it's completely understandable and yeah, I feel like generally things are less important.
Do you feel you yourself have a role to play in this? And what I mean is, do you have a specific message that you want to transmit to your audience?
I suppose the reason why I do it is just to express myself and be heard by other people, which is entirely selfish, which is, that's alright. But I'd also like to maybe help other people out who are going through something similar, hopefully through music. And then just kind of shedding a light on because I feel like now there are so many like details in the world that go completely unnoticed, but because life is really quick now, and like I think true kind of beauty comes in seeing the details of things, and if my music can somehow, or my branding or something like that, can make people notice that more and appreciate things more, I think it would help just people in general, see a bit more beauty and feel a bit more awe at everything. But yeah.
Do you think that there is a trade-off between artistic vision and authenticity, I guess, and fame for an artist?
I think it really actually depends on the artist that you're kind of talking about. What goes into kind of creating an artist nowadays is a lot of thought behind them, like how they come across, right? Because you're always on camera, and you're just like, there has to be like a certain image that is portrayed that can't be apart from you, because you have to have some sort of authenticity to your art to make something that's meaningful. The image being portrayed to the people that listen is probably definitely a part of the artist, but it's probably, well, no, it definitely isn't the whole story behind the person, and that's like completely fine. I think that's entirely like valid, and I don't think authenticity is something that all artists really need. If someone just wants to make like fucking pop banger after pop banger and not really worry about the kind of person they're putting across, or like if it speaks to them properly, then that's pretty chill. That's just music. You're just in making what you enjoy still, which is, I suppose, is a part of authenticity if you're just creating stuff that you like. But yeah, I think the most important thing for an artist is just to like what you make, and then no matter how much fame kind of comes across, as long as it's looking at it in that way, I think that there's a certain amount of authenticity that comes with it.
Jack, you also, of course, you're a songwriter, but you also write poetry. Well, I suppose music is a song.
Yeah.
Poetry is with music, but where does it come from? How tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really, I don't really write poetry or whatever. It's just like, I don't know, I'll just be like thinking about something, and then there'll be like it's basically just writing down the thought process behind it, and kind of trying to write it in a way that sounds beautiful to read, if that makes sense. And that's literally all it is, and it's like picking bits of imagery and kind of putting them together and stuff, and just trying to make something that feels how that certain thing feels to me, but through words only, which is, pretty hard to do. And I don't know, it kind of focuses on like textural things and like in vision, like touch, like stuff like that. It's a very kind of tactile way of writing, I think, but it's just fucking about, really. Like, fucking about writing stuff, yeah.
Is that how you write songs as well?
Pretty much. It would be like just play a thing and then just like see what words come out, and then kind of morph it into some sort of shape and like hope it kind of makes some sort of sense, and if it doesn't, next thing, Once I start writing, a chorus will come out like straight away, basically, and then everything else will be a bit of work to actually put together. And generally, when I hyperfixate on one thing, it ends up coming out like pretty good, like pretty alright, and that's like, oh, that's a song that I'll play it and I'll see what people think about it, and if it's good enough, then I will chuck that in the catalogue. But yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your future projects.
Where I'd really like to focus more is just playing gigs about London, just trying to gig as much as possible, because I think that's whenever I record a song, it really loses something that a live performance brings to it, and I think it's really hard for me to get the same feeling across that I can in a live performance across in a recording, because of course if you're live, you're not playing to a click, you don't have to like try and sing at a constant level to make the mic recording sound good.
I know you have an upcoming release called Eternal Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so no, that song is well, I wrote it about, you know, there's the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I wrote it about that film, but the more that I kind of thought about it afterwards, it was actually about a pretty heavy relationship that I was in that was not good, very unhealthy. Even though I didn't realise it at the time in writing the lyrics, it's using that film to explain to myself what I was going through, because I was in quite a lot of denial at the situation that I was in, at how kind of, I guess emotionally traumatic would be a way of putting it. Emotionally traumatic that was, there's a hope to it where it's like, I'm in all of this shit right now, and I'm feeling fucking terrible, but I'm still going to stick to it and kind of try and continue, which is just completely delusional, but hey.
You mentioned a few other artists and bands. What are your artistic inspirations? Are there any artists that you look up to that you take inspiration from?
Oh my god, let me tell you.
I am here to hear.
Let me tell you. Damien Rice, more recently has been like a huge influence, especially. I've been going back through his stuff and just really enjoying it. The way he performs, like, he's so fucking good at what he does. He just, like, it's the delivery mainly that's just incredible, and it really makes you feel every time. And there's Jeff Buckley, who's just a fucking wizard in like all aspects of like singing, like absolutely crazy. And then Radiohead and Tom York for just like how, like all of their music is really hypnotic in terms of like how it just feels really otherworldly a lot of the time, and it's just really fucking cool, basically. But yeah.
Where can we find your music?
Oh, you can find it at Jack Nash at Instagram, whatever the thing is. That's like a Jack _O and then _Nash, and then also Jack Nash on YouTube. Whoa, and
What is your go-to drink?
my go-to drink. If we're talking alcohol, then it'll be like some Disaronno on the rocks, which is just like, oh, beautiful. Or Guinness. Oh my god, I love Guinness. Or yeah, talking other stuff, just some green tea in it, or like chamomile, something like that.
Depends on the part of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
End of the day of the week.
Yeah, after 5 o'clock.
Exactly. Loved our chat, Jack. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear your new single, and have a great day, and
Thank you.
hope to have you again soon.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.